specifically describe your foreign competition. If we have a danger of over-regulating, customers will simply manage their risk in markets overseas. Who is on your heels, and who is hoping that the Congress gets this wrong so that you are too heavily encumbered to serve customers, and then would pick up the business overseas?
Well, I think there's a couple that would like to see that. Maybe one sitting to my right would like to see that with his London operation. There's obviously participants throughout Europe that compete with the CME group. They compete with the Intercontinental Exchange also. They have not gone forward with any regulation whatsoever. We have passed Dodd-Frank in this country. I believe that we have to be very careful. I like being a leader, but at the same time, let's do it in a judicious fashion. Let's just not overreact, try to implement the whole act in 2 days. I am very concerned about the regulatory arbitrage, Senator, that could occur, and the business getting taken off of the U.S. markets, putting onto foreign jurisdictions. These banks have books all over the world. They don't need to be in the U.S., so if they're a non-U.S. bank, they can be in Europe participating in these markets without being subjected to the laws of Dodd-Frank. Not only do they put CME at a disadvantage, they're going to put U.S. banks at a disadvantage.
Right. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but my impression of Europeans and Chinese interests are that their feeling about Dodd-Frank related regulation is, we are completely for it, but après-vous, Gaston. You guys go ahead and kill your markets first. Oh, by the way, we are right behind you. We're going to kill our markets as fast as you kill yours. Fully knowing that they are not going to do that, and then they will pick up this business and the employment will transfer outside the United States.
I absolutely think that is the most realistic fear that we have, and I think if people don't recognize it, they're just in denial. These markets have grown. They've matured throughout Asia. They've grown and matured throughout Europe. They are looking for us to make this gigantic mistake. That's why it is critically important that we implement this law in a way that makes sense.
So can you characterize the implementation of Dodd-Frank related activities affecting similar markets in Europe?
You want to address that? You want me to? Okay, so the question would be, how does Dodd-Frank affect?
No, tell me the progress of them putting similar regulations.
There is no progress, sir. There's no progress in Europe. The G20 has made some noise that they're going to come up with a proposal sometime this summer. I've seen nothing coming out of the European Commission or regulators that they are going to support any particular new laws. One of the things they did say as it relates to position limits that obviously affects both of us, that they have recognized if, in fact, they see a problem in a market, they have the right to step in. That's about all I've seen coming out of Europe. And as far as Asia goes, I've seen absolutely zero.
And have any of them been open about saying, we're hoping the Americans cripple their markets?
I don't know if they've been open about it, but I'm pretty certain a lot of the participants in London and other places of the world are very much hoping that happens.
Senator, they're holding a free option right now, right? I mean, we're sprinting down to this implementation, trying to get as much done as possible, trying to get the market to behave in a way. They get a full menu. They're going to have the chance to pick what they like and what they don't like. There's no obligation for them to implement that.
Right.
But they've already said that their timeline is much further than ours. They've already said that this is a 2012 and after type of event. I mean, if you look at the G20 comments Mr. Duffy made reference to, this is not something they're trying to get done yet this calendar year. This is something they're going to start talking about in earnest next year. That was to give us complete time to create the menu for them to choose from.
So would you rather be them or us right now if you were trying to build a business and add clients?
I believe that my personal belief is that we ought to let the commercial competition that takes place with very established businesses, with very clean track records, take it and do that. And there will be other innovators that come into this market. There will be others who step in. But if they're going to rely on prescriptive rules to step in, well, we better hope that the prescriptive rules have captured everything that could possibly go wrong.
Which it won't, yeah.
I'd rather be us, sir. I mean, I think this is obviously the greatest country in the world. It's got a great dynamic financial services industry. I would hope that the Congress recognizes that and lets the regulators know that. Let us compete globally. I like being a leader. I think that if we implement small portions of Dodd-Frank on a, like I said, in a judicious way, I think the rest of the world will have no choice but to follow on a few of these things. I think if we overreach, which has been what the regulator has been doing, that's when a European competition will destroy us, on the overreaching of the regulators. So right now I'd rather be us if we do it right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.